Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another game of Vampyr, which is... there we go, now it's up on the screen. Okay. So, once again, continuing where we left off from the previous stream there. Hope everybody's having themselves a wonderful day. Relax after work for a while. It's quite nice. I'm looking forward to summer coming up. I have vacation in the middle towards endish of July, third weekend. I'm very looking forward to that. Okay. I need some health rate off the hop. That did not seem to really... There we go. There we go. Now it's invigorating. We were on our way to Lady Ashbury's mansion. What was I doing over in the cemetery? Oh, right. I was looking at possibly going around playing doctor, getting everybody feeling better. Because things kind of went to shit last time I went to sleep. It was crazy. I was not expecting everybody to suddenly just almost fall down dead. Cold. Yeah, perhaps we'll start with Whitechapel. We'll get this area all fixed up first. Send off our medicines, and then we will continue with the main story quest. Because I am done with all the investigations by the looks of it until I meet new people. There we are. Alright, so she's healthy. Oh, right, her! She's the deaf one. I mean, mute. Although I believe she... Oh, there we go.
Tell me, Camellia, how are things now the dispensary is closed? Very well. Goodbye.
Every single one of her things. I don't know why I continually think that she'll totally talk to me.
Good evening. And good evening. How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I imagine we are all part of some nightmare without beginning nor ending. If only the dreamer could awake.
Alright.
Do you need medical? I understand your...
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical.
I'll leave you alone.
Alright, oh good, it does give me experience doing this. Beautiful, beautiful. It was totally worthwhile running around getting everybody all fixed up. Yes, this is Whitechapel. Okay, good. And then I still have to find her as well. Wherever she may be calling home. Let's go behind the church. Nope. Yeah, I just sense enemies. Oh shit! Fuck! I forgot I had my shotgun equipped. I mean, the two blasts to the face are definitely nice for doing damage. I just wasn't expecting it to be blasted right on the hop there. Oh, right, because I was testing it and I did not actually go to refill my bullets after that. Oh, drat. I've got next to nothing. I hope that I find some bullets. Ill-formed blinker skull. Oh, that was a nice blink. Is it actually putting it beside poison? Yeah, those poison clouds as it teleports. I'm getting damaged by these frickin' things. That's annoying. A nice cigarette case. Cigarette. Nothing special of note here.
Good evening,
Dr.
Mr. Whittaker.
Not doctor, but father.
Tell me the reason why you despise Joseph Larrabee so much, Tobias.
A faithless shepherd is the worst criminal, for he leads his flock to the abyss by disregarding the right path. God smote this man, for he doubted.
I only met him briefly, but he seemed a dedicated man who tried to provide guidance.
Do you not believe in punishment, my son? I am not talking about the law of men. I am talking about judgment from heaven.
I believe that we are, as men, our own judges, juries, and executioners.
Armageddon is upon us, Dr. Reed. The final battle where every soul will be weighed. I'm afraid yours will burn for a long time.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
Don't you hear the trumpets? The apocalypse is upon us, Dr. Reed. The final battle.
I have heard enough.
Oops. I forgot to give him
Good
his
evening.
medicine.
It's Father Whitaker.
Don't you fear getting...
Faith gives me all.
No doubt your faith will prevail.
Blessed be your general.
I have heard...
Right, that's good. Came around from that corner. The leaves are especially shiny tonight.
Even now, he judges your word.
Health, how are you? You were fatigued. Excellent, I'm finding everyone quickly. Yep, good.
How is the sanitary situation in Whitechapel?
I'm not easily scared, but crazy killers and armed patrols are lurking about. My son's right about this place.
Can I offer you?
Keep him...
There is a thin line between pride...
All right.
Goodbye, Mr. Peters.
You're fatigued as well.
You never... How are the current conditions in Whitechapel?
When there's more people outside at night than during the day, then you've got to start to worry.
Do you
Let's
need
give him the
help?
medicine first,
I don't
and then
quite
we'll look at the
agree, but I
trade.
won't
See if we can
argue.
get some good equipment
Please,
for
Really?
upgrades.
Free?
Right then.
Alright, good. We have some good trigger parts, tiny good handle. Oh jeez, what was it? Did I just need a good handle? Or tiny good handle? Get all those. Oh. Interesting, so there's a limited amount. We'll hold off on buying any more then. Alright, who else is left? You're recovering, you're recovering, you're recovering. Don't have anything for you. Ah yes, there's a cold for her, a migraine for him. Recovering, and I still have to find her. So I came from this direction. I've explored all over there for the people. This way. Let's see if I can find anyone else. Good, I'm going the correct way. But I wanted to. Oh, bullets! Beautiful! I need more. Ooh, look at those nice glowing eyes. Oh man, every single enemy since I've entered this part of the game has been red to me now. Ooh, nice. There we go. What? You blew up? Oh, for crying out loud. Ah. Wait, there's no body either. So nothing to even loot from? Come on. Oh? Oh, it must be from upstairs. Yep. Oh, I saw a stun option there. Probably because they didn't know I was there yet. Oops. Did not dodge. Slurp-de-derp. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm glad I upgraded how much blood I take from each drink now. It's getting to be a pain in the ass with how long it took to refill my blood with that. One moment here. Okay, sorry about that. I just suddenly had a brief thing like, oh shoot, I wonder if I accidentally left my stream sound on at the same time and there was echoes. Wanted to make sure that wasn't the case. That's the one thing I had to go and double check. Oh, there's like so many blinkers now. What the hell? Come on, man. Oh, he jumped above it. That lousy pig. Now he don't. Gosh. There we go. That was a lot more difficult than it needed to be. There. Jeez. Jeez Louise. What was that all about? Jumping here and there and everywhere. Gosh, and then there's more? This is why I want to upgrade my sword. It's just taking so long to kill people. And that has nothing to do with my level. My level can only influence my abilities damage. There we go. Now with this guy. Oh, hello there. Experience is experience. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 buddy. Refill my stamina. Ooh. Look at this guy just trying to eat all the corpses. One final slash and he's down. No problemo. Gotten better now that I've been playing this a little bit more often. And after how many times I was in that damn boss fight. Okay, let's see here. Ah, there we go. There's a cardigan. Bates. No, no, no. Stop. Stop. Out of the map.
Distribute flowers at this hour of night.
Mr.
Evening.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
Why am I...
Maybe it's because you lack faith.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Heard it closed after the owners died. Refugees don't want to come to Whitechapel no more. Scared, I hear.
You sound disappointed.
As long as she was there at the dispensary, it attracted more immigrants and kept my place full. Such a shame.
I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Found you later.
Take this as my final warning. You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
Yeah, it wasn't exactly the best thing
How
to
are conditions in
say.
Whitechapel at present?
The way this sickness is spreading, I don't think there'll be enough new bloods to replace those tenants I'm losing from this bloody thing.
Goodbye, Mr. B.
Okay, now there was right to the left here. Oh, wait, building. Oh, shit, this place went to hell. Didn't used to be like this. I wonder if Dorothea, in her skull form, came in here and attacked him. That would be... I could see that. Oh well, I took care of her, so whatever. Just try and figure out which pathways to go down. Try and find the people that I need to find. Ah, there we go. There's Loretta Swamborough.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
When people buy guns instead of medication, it means they have already traded hope for fear in their hearts. In my book, that's never a good thing, Doctor.
Loretta, your miraculous formula wouldn't even cure a common cold, and you know it.
The Swanborough's cordial's secret ingredient is hope, Doctor. And it's something people around here really need.
A placebo
Hey, Zajan,
effect
how's
is
it going?
real and has benefit. But in your case, you could be murdering your customers, who may die because they are not receiving the necessary medical attention.
Medical attention? In Whitechapel? Trust me, my cordial is the best option they have, since it is the only one.
I mean, the placebo help a little bit. Our trooper...
Well, as it is a placebo of sorts, perhaps it may have some positive effect.
See? You have to admit I'm doing some good. The Swanborough family is not poisoning anybody, Doctor.
And that's the thing, it's not a poison, but it's playing on their hopes and fears.
Loretta, is your brother your accomplice, or are you just using him?
I would never take advantage of Mason's handicap. He is my brother. He is the person I cherish the most.
But if he's not careful, he could make a deadly mistake. You have to be aware of that.
He is blind, not stupid. He's always been the brains of the family, and the Swanborough cordial was his idea in the first place.
So he actually believes it to be some kind of cure.
I'd like to see what...
Oh, so I can actually buy some Swan... Huh. Interesting. Not sure why I'd want to waste 35 shilling on that.
Good evening.
So Zechan, I fixed
Can I
up the
help?
fire on
I'm
my
afraid
emote a
not.
little bit, and I sent it off to be approved. The way I figure it, I could always improve the emote later and
How are conditions in
re-upload it,
Whitechapel these
and then
days?
I'll just have to wait however long it takes. But
It's just like the war in
this
the
way, at least you
trenches,
guys can
mate.
have an
I
emote.
can't stand it.
Yeah,
A
I
gun?
don't think I did that. Alright, who do we have left? Recovering, recovering, recovering. Recovering. Can't fix. Haven't found. Recovering. Alright. Should be approved shortly. That's good. Yeah, it was last night I sent it off. So I was secretly hoping maybe it might be up in time for the stream tonight, but I wasn't counting my eggs, or putting all my eggs in one basket for that, and making announcements saying, expected tonight! Because the email, or everything there was saying, yeah, it could take up to 48 hours. Where's that one lady living then?
It's locked, all right.
Shen Xiao. That's her name, I can't recall. Don't need blood.
Answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
This way. Albert Palmer. I guess technically this whole area is still Whitechapel, isn't it? So she could be over there too. Such a large area. Oops. No. Oh wait, I can teleport back up. Come on, you. Ah, dear. Okay. No, no, no. There we go. So I believe I go this way. Oh, there she is. Awesome, awesome. Okay.
Used to seeing death.
Good evening, Xiao Shu.
晚上好, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
My only relief is that my Matthew died before seeing the madness that approaches. I'm afraid we won't survive this trial, Dr. Reed.
What are you doing with your time now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to help the poor and sick of the neighborhood by handing out medicine.
Oh.
That's very charitable of you. But why do it at night?
I've noticed that the most desperate people tend to go out after dark. Hence my presence, to help them when I can.
Giving out medicine? How can you afford to do that?
I am a rich widow, Dr. Reed. My departed husband left me enough money to last the rest of my life. I can spend some on those who don't have any.
That's nice.
Why
Good
don't
job.
you move to a better neighborhood?
I thought about it, I confess. To go back to the same empty home every day still hurts me a lot.
Why stay here then?
I am a woman of habit, Dr. Reed. And for now, I am happier being useful in a familiar place than I would be anywhere else.
Respect.
How do you feel now that you're back in Whitechapel?
I've decided to follow your advice, sir. I won't forget the dead, but my efforts will be for the living.
Try not to lose yourself in the process. I've seen patients deny their own pain by focusing on the pain of others.
To be completely honest with you, I'm also doing this for myself. If I'm destined to survive this epidemic, I need my life to have some purpose.
Nice. Got a hint out of that. Boom. She's good. All her hints.
Do you still think about your departed husband?
Of course I do. I'll never forget my beloved Matthew, but how do I put it? Now I miss him more than I want him back.
I know what you mean. And I think it means you're getting better.
Maybe death will take me the way it took Matthew. Without warning and without mercy. But until then, I live on.
How do you feel?
I don't feel good, Dr. Reed. Not at all.
You should recover quickly after taking this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Alright. That leaves us with... I just need to learn how to fix neuralgia. And then a migraine. I don't believe I have anything for a migraine. Which just leaves us going off to the hospital. Treat some colds there. And then we will be good to continue onwards to the regular storyline once again. Then I can actually sleep at some point if I need to. Do my level up and not worry about all of a sudden a big bunch of crap going down. I also forget where that blind guy's house was. I think it was over here, right?
Let's turn around. Over there!
No, I'm not going to. Woohoo, firing a shotgun from that far. Man, these guys got a lot of health. Whew. Three-wing gunners, rookies. Zoop! Up I go. Aha! Alright, so. All the treatment for colds. So pneumonia, sepsis. Yeah, migraine is the ones I don't have. I can cure headaches, but not migraines. And that's a migraine. Yeah, no use with that. And that is also a migraine. Yes, I need to refill my shotgun shells. There we go. Oh, right, and I also bought some small parts. So, let us see about upgrading this Dragonbane. Oh, I'm one short from a good handle part. So close. And then, okay, so I just need a whole bunch of handle parts. All right. How about my steak? I could upgrade the steak. I do have enough tiny good handle parts now. This? What other ones do I have? A truncheon. 15 stun. So it can go up to 35, whereas the steak is 38. What's the difference here? Then add stun points, add stun points, add stun points, add stun points. So overall, at the end, that would actually get a lot more. Well, not a lot more, actually. 38. It'd actually be the same. Because this one I'd end up choosing the 3 stun points right here instead of the stamina consumption. So really I'm gaining stamina consumption. Oh goodness, I can almost get this perfect Lupara. Then I could just shotgun blast all the baddies. Ooh, ooh, rats. Blood, blood, blood.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Damn, they're hitting hard. I need to upgrade my health factor. Okay, now I need to go kill this guy over here. Let's see if I can sneak up on him. I think that's my first sneak attack of the game. It's because this game really doesn't afford you too many chances to actually pull off a sneak attack. Almost missed it. Alright, Whitechapel. Right over this way. Let's see, nothing special note, right? Perfect. Oh, but there's blood. Ooh. Is this a special something? Abandoned investment property. Spooky. Oh, I think this is where I found somebody one time. Yes, yes it is. Yeah, there was somebody inside here that I'd saved. I remember that. Oops. Did not need to eat the rat.
Thirst for blood.
Anything for me that I can loot? Which explains why they're so low level as well. Yeah, get a bunch more extra medicine. Worst comes to worst, I can always end up selling it. Alright, let's go down and leave. Gotta get this done. I want to be able to continue this main storyline. Things are getting interesting. I want to find out more about this secret society and what all that's going to be happening with that. Going to research. Okay.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
I had unlocked this guy's
It's locked.
door before.
It's locked.
Damn you, Strickland. I want free things. Loot the hospital. Alright, who was it down here? Pippa, you're healthy. Alright. Come back, Pippa, wait! Wait! Got something for you.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help?
I'm afraid...
Not under my...
Thank you.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Bam! Alright, that's experience done. She was... Oh, wait. Newton Blight. He's usually outside. Right. Usually have something. I wanted to see what they say. The blood connection. Come on. I'm coming. Makes me go all the way over here.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
To take his own life. Alright, now I can go talk to him again. Oh, actually, I need to talk to this guy.
Good evening,
He
Miss. Good
sells
evening.
things.
I'd like to...
Wise choice.
Alright, what I am looking for you. See, I'm wondering if I should have just bought this Milton shotgun. It might have been stronger than the others. Good handle part. Ah, he only sells one. I think one was all I needed. Alright, I found out that extra little bit of whatchamacallit, so let's go talk to him. See if he has anything new to say to me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
I have to go now.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
Goodbye, Mrs.
So
Good evening.
Might not necessarily care as much about her son, and more concerned about him being
I have to
Don't waste your time
put
with
in
me.
prison, and the potential backlash against the family name, I guess. Not cool. Not cool. Alright, where's Mortimer Goswick's place? Please don't say it's too far. Oh, that's actually pretty close by. I'm alright with that. Ooh, one last thing to check. Gotta still find Mr. Newton Blight. Usually outside. Where is he? Cox. Sometimes he's down by the waterfront. There we go. Right down here.
Hello again, Mr.
Good evening.
Are you concerned about the living conditions in the city?
Of course I am. I'll be stuck here for as long as Oswald refuses to go to hospital. And, unfortunately, it seems the violence is rising.
What kind of violence?
I believe people have armed themselves and started to attack those that show signs of contagion.
Do you need medic?
I don't have any more treatment for cold on me.
I will see you later.
No.
Goodbye, Mr. Blight.
Luckily, I'm right by the hospital, which has my crafting box pretty nearby.
Another night with the glorious battalion.
Flip side is I also got that one last part I needed to build my upgraded sword. Oh, always aggravating when I forget to bring things with me. Or make them. Alright, treatment for cold. There. And because I'm about to use it, I'm gonna grab another one. Pretty nice. But I don't care. Don't use vials. Alright, Dragonbane, level 4. There we go. Getting an extra 40 damage per swing. With an extra 10% damage increase, bringing it up from 148 to 162. So that's that 115 damage up to 162 in total now. Ooh. Delicious. That is going to be so nice. Now I just need to continually buy more pieces. Because the next one I need 6 good handles. Once I have 6, then I'll be able to max it out. And that will be very exciting. Because then it jumps up to 242 before I get my final 10% upgrade.
Hello again.
Good evening.
Do you need...
Freights.
You're
working at the...
Goodbye,
There we go.
Mr.
Alright. That is everybody in the city that I can healed. That I know of. Ooh. We're just... Nope, nobody there. Oh, I hear somebody. I hear shit going down there. Ah. My dear mother, when you find this letter, I'll be gone. I want you to know that I don't leave because of you. I leave this world because of the crushing weight that existence puts upon me. These times are too much for me. Sometimes I feel like Baudelaire's verses have been written as an echo from my own heart. When the low, heavy sky weighs like a lid upon the spirit aching for the light, and all the wide horizon's line is hid by a black day sadder than any night. It's as beautiful as it is painful, Mother. I can't suffer it anymore. I don't want you to try and convince me, and it would only delay the inevitable, for I would do it again if by any chance you managed to save me once. Farewell, your son, Mortimer.
In this letter, Mortimer Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Basically, he's saying he's going to try again and again. Ooh. Fertile is the belly of the beast. Vampires create their foul progeny with blood. We all know that. Some of us witnessed the process even. But what is really going on there? Is it the only way for a vampire to breed? Let's review what we know so far. When willing to create a progeny, a vampire will not bite, but give its blood to drink. Most of the victims die when bitten, but some of them survive and turn into leeches themselves. This only happens when they have assimilated the vampire blood one way or another. It is not the predator's bite, but his blood that infects the victim, who will turn if he or she survives the suffering of the metamorphosis. It also seems that a vampire can breed by having intercourse. The vampire mates to produce a child. Sexual intercourse between vampire and human rarely produces any birth, but some of them tried anyway. A vampire gestation is only a few weeks short. Holy shit. And the pain is almost unbearable for the mother. If she is mortal, she will not survive the birth. The vampire comes out of her womb by tearing apart her entrails. If the mother is a blood drinker, it will probably survive and regenerate. The newborn vampire will quickly grow and turn into an adult vampire in only a few months. From The Adversary by Kendall Stone, founder of the Garden of Priwen. That's pretty metal.
It's locked.
Damn, that's a fast growth rate too. Whew. Alright, I heard. Okay, let's see how this new sword does. Nice. Yeah, shot in the back. Oh man. Jeez. I was getting stun locked. I couldn't do anything. What the hell? My ragdoll, the leg just suddenly kicks up and over to the side. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime guy. Alright, let's try that again. Ooh. Works out for me anyways because I had shillings to collect. Oh god, the wind up for the steak sometimes. Ugh. Jump, jump, jump! Rip down his throats. Quarantined. Stay out. I'm thinking I'm going to give it to Mortimer, as opposed to his mother. Because while he expressed interest on dying, and dying over and over no matter what, I don't know, I feel that it seems like it's somewhat changed since he's written that. And hopefully I could bring up our repertoire and actually talk to him. Make things okay. Whereas if I give it to the mother, all she's going to do is have him committed somewhere.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now please, let me be.
Ooh, 100 shillings for that. Nice.
I've read your letter, Mortimer. You wrote about an unbearable feeling of despair while the world crumbles around you. Tell me more about it.
There's nothing more to say, really. It's hurtful, it's unbearable, and I don't ask anyone to understand what I feel.
Now, he's not going to respond kindly to me saying despair is a deadly poison. He doesn't care about that. Pain is a precious tool, or you're a lucky man. Thinking more towards a precious tool.
The world is bleak, but maybe the pain we feel is the best compass for making it a better place.
How can we repair the world, Dr. Reed, when mankind is the biggest problem? Yes, the world will be a much better place when we're gone.
I see.
I have to go now.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Mortimer is extremely vague as to his motivations for committing suicide. Tell me more about what you know.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid
cap
making
is where
me
it's
suffer
at.
like this.
I really cared. As soon as I had the opportunity to jump into this costume, I just had to do it.
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future. That's how much I love him.
You're right. Your son's death was not fatal. And unlike many on their own, he is lucky to have you by his side.
I can't give up on him. I just can't. I have conceded many times in my life, but giving up on my son is something I am incapable of.
Okay, at first I thought that she was just going to have him committed once she found out about all this suicide stuff from him. But now it actually sounds like she legitimately actually cares and wants him to be better. Top ass cap, tastes awesome. Oh, man, and his duds in this? It was driving me wild the first part of the game. I'm walking around with this blood all down my chest and everybody's just like, hey, how's it going, sir? Like, what are you doing? Some random guy comes up to me in the middle of the night trying to talk to me. He's got just this bloody shirt and a ragged wound in his chest. I'm going to be a little more leery, but okay.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
So I sometimes sit there and think that, oh, Kenneth, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, my
Your mother won't
goodness.
let you down, Mortimer. Don't you share her hope for a better future?
No. I don't.
Won't you even try?
Do you want me to promise you I'll get better? Do you want me to tell her the same thing? I could, but it would not change anything.
Well,
I have
looks
to
like
go
that's
now.
the end with this.
Doctor.
Well, sometimes I sit here and think about how much fun it would be if I was running around with that again, but I can't abandon this style. Alright, I have finished. Looks like Beverly Ackroyd still has one clue. Oh wow, he has a couple. There's still some here and there. Ah, well. We'll worry about it for a later time. Things might come up then. For now, we have actually progressed enough. Everybody's got their medicine. I've upgraded my weapon. Surprised no one heard the damn gunshot. You know, sometimes I wonder about how much racket is around in the world at this time. But at the same point, maybe people just don't care. There's too much sickness and whatever at this time. I'm full health. I don't think I need to drop down on them. Oh. Him again.
You must prepare, child, for the earth is bleeding and the harvest is upon us.
Stay away, whoever you are.
This is no time for petty quarrels, my champion. Can you not hear? The famished queen has awoken.
I am not your champion.
But of course you are, son. As surely as you are the blood of my blood.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain, child. Do not succumb to...
Silence! I dismiss you, now!
The land calls for a champion. All and everyone needs you.
Silence! I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
I find a little off character that he's just yelling at him to shut up and go away, because he's trying to figure out who did it, why he's done it, and so on. What weapon am I using? Thought some weapons deserve to be in this area of England. I am currently actually using the pre-order weapons. The Dragonbane and a stake, but I also have the Remarkable Lupara. I was just because the damage outputs is amazing when you're point blank. Well, otherwise, I've been pretty much the stake all game, as well as the Dragonbane as soon as I got it. I just like, it's a fancy sword that goes with his fancy suit. Now, something that would be a bit more fitting to this era would be if I was carrying a truncheon around, which I do have as well, instead of the stake, because that's a bit more superstitious wise. I don't think people really carried around stakes all that much. As for a main weapon, really, I guess technically a pistol. I could see some of higher class, or heck, even some of the lower class could probably have a little revolver if they were want enough, especially because he's a soldier that has just returned from the front, right? So he could actually still have a soldier's pistol with him. As for the Jack the Ripper side quest, that would actually be pretty cool. I always enjoyed the Jack the Ripper bit, and it would also make it interesting is the fact that you've got vampires here, so considering the state of his victims all the time, you could either go where it was, it was just a human doing that, or he could be semi-skull, or there's a lot of different stuff that you could do with it. Akon, whatever. The knife has 75 blood drain below damage. Yeah, and that's the thing, is I was trying that at first, and I did like the amount of blood I was getting. But the lack of damage is what kind of killed it for me, because I'm trying a pacifist playthrough here. This is still my first playthrough. I haven't done it any other way, so this is still blind. I haven't watched any streams, videos, whatever. And all I know is that by doing a pacifist, I'm not able to eat people, I'm not able to gain all that tasty experience that I'm unlocking by completing these side quests and hints. So I'm not able to level up my powers, which is what blood really powers up. So without that, investing heavily into a weapon that increases the blood isn't going to benefit me as much. So right now, I've habits listed on my sword here. Does get me a little bit of blood. So it's enough to power up my healing, and occasionally to slash with my claws every now and then. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's a good one. Yes, I have definitely drank someone's blood. The pacifist that I'm talking about is more by choice. I mean, technically, yeah, I could be running past all these people, but it's more the storyline. I'm not going to hamper myself on my first playthrough here by refusing to attack anyone, anything, unless I absolutely... After that would just make this way too tedious. I am not one of those people that play Dark Souls on a DDR pad or with a Guitar Hero controller.
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
That is a very nice house. We've got ourselves some gates that can close against the incoming... Well, actually, vampires could just hop over it, same with skulls, but any of the riots! Into supernatural stuff, well, goes part with what's happening in the game, I suppose.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
Damn, look at this swanky house.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him, but I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite alarming.
We will talk about this in a few minutes. For now, I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
More intimidating Sherlock Holmes? Considering how I'm conducting myself in this, I could agree with that. I've been very curious, exploring around, trying to solve puzzles, and so on.
I came to the conclusion that my maker, whoever he might be, must be a powerful vampire. Certainly extremely old.
How have you reached this conclusion?
He seemed timeless. I felt his power.
I felt this power radiating like an aura every time he appeared.
Most ancestral vampires of England were killed by the Guard of Prewen half a century ago. I wonder who your maker could be.
You have no idea who he could be?
Some of the ancient ones fled England. Some may still be in hiding. All I know is you, my friend, are a pawn in some secret and obscure game of chess.
He is the only immortal I've seen appear in an ethereal form. His voice, his words seemed ancient. It was disturbing.
I am afraid you are right. The simple fact that your blood made Mary such a strong Ekon proves that you must be of ancient lineage.
That my blood made her an Ekon. That's what I'm confused about, and I was wondering how she turned into a vampire. All I know is I drank from her, and she died. There was nothing about me feeding my blood to her. Oh, unless this is when I got shot. And some blood splattered down into her mouth, perhaps? Maybe I missed that in the cutscene? I wasn't really paying attention at that point. Could be. Could be.
My sister Mary, she was made a vampire in the same way I was. She was the one killing all those people everywhere I went.
Vengeance is a powerful force for those betrayed. Made vampire through careless error. Victims by surprise.
I killed Mary twice.
I swear I did not intend that. If only I had known then how vampires are created.
That is the scientist speaking. In truth, most of us do not know how it really works. Personally, I make sure my prey will not return to haunt me.
What do you mean?
I am merciless, Jonathan. I only feed on the dying, and I make sure they are dead before leaving their remains.
Oh, okay.
In the end, she implored me to put an end to her misery. But still, I felt I had taken her life twice.
I am so sorry for my accidental cruelty. Had I known your dear Mary was still alive, I would never have sent you to pray for her soul in that church.
There is no need to apologize, my lady. Your words have been most helpful in these difficult times.
Thank you, my friend. If only we could have guided your poor sister through her terrible nightmare.
Whoever they may be after that sentence, he's pretending not to know. He does seem to know a bit more than he lets on, or that the game actually lets you know as well. When I was first talking to the preacher, he was downright hostile to him, like, immediately. Even before I was really figuring things out or learning any hints. And, okay, I get man of science versus man of faith. There was that, but it was more than that. And then, once we found out more about what the priest was doing and so on, I mean, it made more sense then, but before that, it was like,
should ask the questions, your ladyship. After all, it was you who invited me to settle this most urgent of matters.
Fair enough, Jonathan. The situation is critical. We do not have the luxury for etiquette.
Please do not misunderstand me. I would be delighted to discuss mundane matters and idle trivialities.
If we survive the dark nights to come, we shall have all the time in the world to speak, you and I. For now, please follow me, Jonathan.
The guy who held up the cross, Dr.
say,
Swanson, in an early game, not
is
him.
exquisite.
There's the priest in Whitechapel.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
I like this decor.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
I'm just waiting for someone to break into the mansion and attack. This is too calm and relaxed.
So, my lady, why truly did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are the embodiment of vampire law in Britain. Some say they influence the destiny of the Empire. Some believe they merely protect it.
How many are they?
Only a small number of powerful and deceitful immortals. All of them entangled in a sticky web of shadow cabinets, influencing trade.
Will they fight the guard of Priwen?
I doubt it. Fergal was Lord Redgrave's executioner forever and a day. By defeating that beast, you deprived them of a powerful weapon.
Powerful weapon? He went down so easy.
Why use you to contact me?
Because they know we are close. The Ascalon Club has many spies. Their main occupation is gathering information and then deciding how to use it.
Have they threatened you in any way?
Not at all. Their message surprised me at first, but it is only logical, considering the critical situation in London.
Why not ask for your help? since you are obviously a powerful and influential immortal yourself.
You have to understand that I am invisible to the eyes of Ascalon, for I am a woman. That suits me well, as long as they leave me alone.
Typical. Immortals of old will be
Should I trust
in
them?
the ways of believing from
Do
back
not
when they were.
misunderstand me. They can be very useful, but I believe their long-term goals differ from yours.
Why meet them then?
Because nothing truly important can be achieved in this city without their consent. They could be powerful allies in this current situation.
Should I lie to them?
We all lie, Jonathan. It falls to you to choose your behavior. The most important rule is to show them due respect.
They have done nothing but impede my investigation since I became known to them. Why would they want to see me now?
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material. They must have found out what happened to your sister. Proof of the potent blood flowing through your veins.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen their handiwork. How Fergal the Beast imposed the club's law.
You have no choice, Jonathan. Even I would not openly defy Lord Redgrave, the chairman of the Ascalon Club.
What can you tell me about Lord Redgrave? Who is he?
Lord Redgrave is the founder and chairman of the Ascalon Club. Most mortals know him as the Earl of Bristol. He is rich and extremely influential.
Which means he's totally hot. You want him so bad. As Dracula smashes the window, I'm supposed to be the main monster in this game. Like how's the whole cast systems of vampires? Yes, and that's why I wanted to continue with this storyline. Finding out more about these guys really intrigues me.
Have you met him?
Only on rare occasions, for he never goes outside the club. And women are not awarded membership, even immortals.
How old is he? How long has he been a vampire?
Lord Redgrave claims to be the progeny of William Marshall, the most valiant knight who ever lived. If that is true, he could be very old.
How powerful is his reach?
The Ascalon Club may be the most influential secret society in England. Not all its members are immortals, but they are all very powerful.
They are not all immortals. How is that?
The club is mainly comprised of political figures who seek the safety and expansion of the Empire. The most loyal are awarded immortality.
So they have mortals amongst their ranks. It's smart because this way they remain powerful and have some pull over the lessers, excuse me, that are looking at moving up in the world, as it were. Has nobody found out that he's a vampire? Money. Pay people enough.
Any familiar or famous names?
Either that or
As
just
the richest,
kill
most
them.
relentless British tycoon, Aloysius Dawson is considered ideal Ascalon material and has been watched for years.
If you are convinced I must meet him, I will heed your advice.
Thank you, Jonathan. I understand your reluctance to brush shoulders with London's vampire elite, but we have no choice.
Is the situation that critical?
Yes. The Guard of Prewen has called for
Oh,
a second great hunt of our kind, and they will stop at nothing to eliminate us.
Will the Guard of Prewen and the Ascalon Club fight each other?
I doubt it. If Prewen really launched a great hunt, I think most of the Econs I know would flee the country to escape the bloodbath.
It's true, humans have the huge number advantage. I mean, if they have a large army hunting for vampires, sure, they can kill a few. But they give you red wine during the meeting, it's actually blood. That's why you smell it first. See how thick it is? I personally haven't had a really thick red wine. Not saying that can't be, but the list.
I think I saw them kill an Ekon on the way to your house. They seem to have a list with names.
To launch another great hunt, they must have collected intelligence on vampire identities and whereabouts. They are a resourceful lot.
Oh shit, that means they're probably going to attack the hospital.
Should we fight back? I will not be hunted down like an animal again.
I admire your courage, Jonathan. But the best way to fight them is to put an end to the epidemic. This is the only way to clear the air.
What is a great hunt?
The first great hunt was launched about 75 years ago. In just a few nights, the Guard of Prewen located and destroyed most of the old British vampires.
See, that's the thing. If that was the first great hunt, like, vampires haven't necessarily gone stronger and more advanced since then. Whereas humans, like, depending how far along that last great hunt was, they now have got frickin' flamethrowers and chemical throwers and guns and so on. Protect the hospital, no casualties. Yeah, I mean, because I'd walked in and there was one of the commanders of the Guard of Prewen that was leaving, and he knew I was a leech right off the hop. And he called me by that as he left. Hey there, Nerdy Cactus. How's it going?
Why start a second one?
Prewen has always seen us immortals as a threat to mankind. My guess is they suspect one or more of us is the cause of the epidemic.
Based upon the amount of skulls running about this place.
How did you
Or at least contributing.
I fled, Jonathan. Like most vampires who survived that slaughter. And I secretly came back when I was sure they had lost my trail.
Doing good to hear. Doing pretty well myself. Had a nice day at work. It wasn't too stressful. It was busy. Got relaxed for a bit. Now continue my game of Vampire here.
Leave London, the country even. I have seen the Guard in action. They are merciless.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan. But fear not. If the situation gets too dangerous, I shall retreat to my secret Scottish manor. I could hide you in my luggage, if you wish.
Thank you for the offer. I shall keep it in mind, but I have much to do here.
I'm just imagining him curled up in a chest somewhere.
Could Lord Redgrave be my maker?
I doubt it. If Lord Redgrave had made you his progeny, he would not have seemed so surprised when you demonstrated the strength of your lineage.
Well, not to mention, I'm sure you could probably talk to me in my visions then, if that was him with the visions, saying, hey, come meet me.
What is the plan?
The plan is we both try to save this city, you and I.
Yeah, the bowler hats,
Go
where's
to
that?
Ascalon, accept their proposition, and use their influence to promote your agenda.
I should probably try to go find one. Wear it during my stream. I think when I first started, I had around. I don't have it here anymore. I had a nice little fedora type hat from one of my kids that I had on. Bullet from earlier still in his chest or passed straight through? That's a good question. I think it went straight. Actually, no, there was no blood on the back of my shirt. It was just the front. Considering the healing powers, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like you see Wolverine in the movies, whereas he was healed, it pushed it out or whatever. Not to mention he's a doctor, he probably fished in and pulled it out himself. As to where I got this fly hat, this outfit was from the Vampire pre-order. I had pre-ordered it with about an hour before it came out. I had watched, I think, the beginning first 15 minutes or 20 minutes of a stream of somebody playing it that was out in Australia, so they had it released already. So I was able to see, okay, yeah, this looks like the kind of game that I'd enjoy. So then I stopped watching the stream because I didn't want to spoil it for myself, and went and got the game. And now I've been making sure I'm only playing it during streams. So if you go back through my previous VODs and so on, you can actually watch from the very beginning all the way up to my current point. I have not skipped it. I have not started my own save to play. No, I've legit only been playing on stream here. So it's making it last a little bit longer, which is nice because I probably would have powered through this all within a couple days. First person at a glance? It almost looks that way sometimes. I agree. Oh, the utter rage from people when this first came out. They thought it'd be like the next Vampire Bloodlines or some, I don't know, a wide variety of different games.
How can I save London?
The epidemic is the priority. You must find its origin and put an end to it. This is the best way to solve the crisis.
What will you do?
I still have contacts and old friends in this town. I shall make some inquiries and attempt to learn more of the situation. We need clarity.
So you mentioned Dracula a couple times here. Now they actually, talking to one guy, he was talking about the vampire tales back in his Romania. So there was a reference to it.
Will I ever discover the identity of my maker?
Maybe
they
not,
talked about
Jonathan.
Bram Stoker's Dracula as a book
for
as
sure
well.
You were made by a powerful vampire, but most of those fled England long ago.
Was it you? I've already asked her that.
Please
Whatever.
forgive my bluntness, but I have to ask. Was it you? Did you make me?
Oh, Jonathan. I know you shall always have a gnawing doubt about who made you an immortal, but I swear, I had nothing to do with it.
That lighting on her eyelashes. Oh, that is some thick eyelashes there. For it to catch that much light.
You have no idea at all? You seem to know so many things about the secrets of the vampire underworld.
Even if I had my suspicions, I would not dare give you a name so soon. All I can say is this. I will make inquiries and keep you informed.
Nosferatu? Now, I could see them doing that because they were talking about how there are different kinds of Acon. And even the lupine Acons, the ones that look like werewolves, are technically still vampires. They're just a different breed of vampire. Which I found a little interesting take. So, that being the case, it is open for them to do all kinds of different, just like the skulls here, which are the ghouls, are an offshoot of vampire as well. And how they look and act, I guess, are close to the Nosferatu. But, once again, they're more ghouls than
One day
Nosferatu,
soon,
though.
I will have to find the answer to this mystery.
And I shall help you in your research, I promise. For now, you must go to the Ascalon Club and play their game.
Will I see you again at the Pembroke Hospital?
No, you will find me here if you need me. I shall conduct inquiries alone, and we can then share our discoveries.
Will you not visit Pembroke again?
No, I must remain discreet
Good.
and avoid attracting attention to Pembroke Hospital for the time being.
But how will you sustain yourself?
I shall not, Jonathan. Fear not. I'm used to it.
When will we meet again?
As soon as you meet Lord Redgrave, I suppose. Fear not, my dear. I shall only be a heart's beat away.
I want to thank you for all your support and your help, my lady.
Could you do me a last great favor and call me Elizabeth?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these dark hours.
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not
Totally
very keen
jealous.
on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan?
No, I want to look around the house. Don't make me
promise you'll
leave.
Be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean,
so
really look at me, young Ekon.
It's got a beating heart.
We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Elizabeth.
Oh, man.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
I don't believe her. She can't love me. It's a ploy. She wants my power. My blood. Don't believe her one moment. She's been helpful, yes, but... Go back in. I can! Oh, that's exciting. See, now this house, the wood, like the whole style of it is totally within my personal tastes. The crown molding, everything, the railings. Shit, that looks so nice. Like, this would be my dream house. Of course, with it probably being really old, the heating the damn place would probably cost a freaking fortune. I swear I didn't want to come back in here just to loot the place. I promise. Ooh, a personal diary. 9th of May, 1913. Tonight, I went with Mother visiting the sick of the East End. It had been a long time since I had went in this sad part of town. To see her talking and listening to these poor people moved me beyond words. She really tries to make a difference and really tries to help these men and women. She also killed one of them tonight. It happened so quickly I did not even notice she had vanished. But when she reappeared, she looked so much more alive, more vivid. I immediately knew what had just happened. She took a life, and I saw nothing. We returned home without a word. If I ever become like her, I won't feed on the dying. I will kill the guilty and the brutes wherever they hide. 13th of September, 1914. This afternoon, 2 men tried to corner me in a back alley while I was campaigning for the women's right to vote. I called for help as loud as I could, like Mother told me. I don't know what would have happened if a soldier had not ordered them to leave me alone. He then walked me back home and tried to kiss me. I refused. He did not say a word and left. The whole story made me so sad. I was still crying when Mother woke up after the night had come. I told her the whole truth, and she held me against her chest. Then we went to the theater to see Doris Fletcher in her new play. I think I'm a little bit frustrated that Mother did not rush out to make them all pay. If I were a vampire, I would not be that merciful. Hate Twilight. Know they ruined vampires for months, but this love story. You know what? For me, that tired old saying of that's still a better love story than Twilight was just, it's overdone, tired, and just every time I hear it, I roll my eyes. It is the biggest internet meme for so long that now it's just long in the tooth. No offense to you, it's just I've heard it so much. Ooh, a gramophone. Of course, someone of her age would have one of those. Talk to her about other matters. How intimate.
Sorry to disturb you again, but could you spare me a few minutes?
Of course, my dear. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Oh man, this pose, it looks like she's holding my arm too. She's all like, hey Jonathan. Pressing her bosom against me, holding my arm, drawing me in close.
Concerning your investigation.
Yes?
Are you truly seeking to identify my maker?
I cannot promise you anything, but yes. I am conducting some research of my own.
Do you think we shall ever see better
I don't
days?
blame her. Look at me.
Better nights?
I know not, Jonathan. I have seen some horrid days in my long lifetime.
Look at how she gazes at me
taught
now, that close.
One cannot outrun the fates.
When all of this is over, the war and the epidemic, we could leave the city for a while. Travel around Europe, you and I.
Traveling is always so complicated for us poor creatures of the night. But yes, I would be glad to travel the world with you, my dear.
Will you tell me your story one day, Lady Ashbury?
One of them, perhaps. I have had so many lives, Jonathan. Eternity may not be enough to relate them all.
Do you know if the epidemic has affected many people in the West End?
I confess I've been more concerned by events in the East End. The wealthy have more efficient ways of dealing with infection.
But this is no common epidemic.
That is true. I must tell my daughter to stay at home for a few days, but the girl is stubborn and fiercely independent, much like her mother.
This is the first time we've heard about the daughter. Oop. Just, throwing that up in there.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
Yes,
anything else special? No, that's all I can do.
Goodbye.
Okay. Which is interesting because I also don't see her in this manner at all. The Blood Knight tragedy. Only a few of us remain after the shock of the Great Hunt. I was one of them. I remember how the sudden attack of the enemy caught us all by surprise. Blood was shed during those few nights. Some of us who survived chose to exile. I don't blame them, but I regret their lack of fortitude. For it is with courage we need to protect the interests of the Empire. Courage we need to defend the values we stand for. May we all remember that William Marshall himself never lowered his head. My beloved Maker may be long gone now, but his presence is still among us. We keep a few drops of his sacred blood to remind us what we are and what we seek. Honor, purity, and excellence. I had the privilege of speaking with the knight many times as his progeny and as his friend. He spoke to me of the tear of angels, the holy beverage supposed to appease the inextinguishable hunger we all feel, that he never ceased to search, even without knowing if such artifact exists. I admired his tenacity, and it is this tenacity, this indefectible belief in something bigger than us, that will make us survive any future great hunt launched by our enemies. Ascalon will be rebuilt, always, for it is an ideal. From the Law of Ascalon, by Lord Redgrave, founder. Slowly getting a bit more the history filled out here. Oh yeah, this is her Hey! Hey, did I say she could do a self-portrait of me? And it's from memory, too. Not too shabby. Although without the cap. Alright, anywhere else up here that I can explore? Oh, she's got a suit of armor, too?
It's locked.
Oh, it's locked. Oh, there you go. Dracula. To the inspiring Lady Ashbury. There are darknesses in life and there are lights. And you are one of the lights. The light of all lights. Bram Stoker. 4th of August, 1897. Also, she got to meet the Bram Stoker. I wonder if it was her who fed him tales of vampires. And put just enough untruths in there so that they won't thirst as fuck. Well, that was the book Dracula that was signed by Bram Stoker himself.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club.
Look at the car! Oh man, I haven't actually seen any cars in this game until now. Ah! Look at the detail they put on it! Cool. I'm just hearing like this big from somewhere. Well, we'll go over here. Yes! Fight for my amusement, peasants! Haha! Oh wait, those two vampires are fighting. Holy shit, he killed him with one blow. And he had 3/4 health left. He's stuck in the box. There's an Easter egg. Oh, maybe I lied, because I think I've seen some of these things over on side streets. But not a car like that. Alright. Shall we head over to the Escalon Club? Say hi to everyone. Ooh, trash can. Let's go rummage. Trash panda! Right, because this area was always closed off. Yeah, the quarantine zone. Can I open it now?
It's locked.
Wait, what? I unlocked... what? Interesting. Alright, so apparently I'm going to have to go along that other way. And probably find a way to drop down from the other side instead of just hopping the fence. Is there any reason why I can jump up here? Doesn't look like it. Yes! They closed off the original ground zero. And here I go. Because I don't care. I'm a vampire, fool. I can't get sick. Oh, I'm screeching. I can't interact. Suppose I'm supposed to be seeing something. Over here. Oh, okay.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners.
Shame they started queuing that up before I
cannot enter.
And I had gone the other way. Like, I had gone straight over here. I would have liked to watch them do that.
It's locked.
It's locked. We're just going to run around here. And slowly loot things. Yes. In fact, oh gosh, level 28 now. Fuck. Almost 10 levels higher than me now.
Hey! I'm talking to you, stupid beast!
Want some of this? Oh god, his health barely goes down! Ah. Okay, take out small fry first. Oh fuck me. That chemical burn. Oh no, I went into it. I forgot to unlock before dodging around. Ooh, things are going to get tough now. Hey buddy, you're better. Let's go. Let's go. We can do it this time. Oh right, but my blood is low. It's okay. No problem. Because, you know, the one thing I didn't do because I'm also silly and I always forget is my fucking ultimates.
Stop right now! Get them weapons ready! We found one! He's dead!
Hold him while I wait for my stamina to recover. Funny how combat can go entirely different. I took no hits that time. The Acre's threat. Of all the evil and foul skulls I ever had to fight, the Acre, or Iker, may be the worst. Not because of its fighting prowess, even if it remains a powerful and dangerous opponent. Not because of its superior wit or cunning plans. An Acre is quite blunt and straightforward in his actions and objectives. Spread diseases, contagions, and epidemics wherever and whenever it can. An Acre is the incarnation of viruses and infections. Wherever it goes, sicknesses appear and quickly spread. It's like it only walks this earth to generate plagues and epidemics, as if its skin itself diffuses sickness. Oh man. Acres are clever, sneaky, malevolent, and ferocious, capable of enduring many wounds. To spoil a water tank, a granary, or a banquet, this is the kind of things an Acre would enjoy to do, in order to please his putrid and perverse nature. They are so rare that we do not know anything about them. The lazy Brotherhood believes that they should not be considered vampires or skulls, but as something else. All I know is this: an Acre must be destroyed by all means necessary as soon as it is spotted. From Know Your Enemies by Carl Eldridge, P-Win Leader. So, that right there sounds like it's probably why there's this sudden huge plague, and that's spreading so rapidly. The embodiment of death, I agree. I mean, the amount of dead that's happening from this is ridiculous. Oh boy, I've unlocked it from this side. Wait, what? Oh, I thought I heard something. Anything over here? Nope, nothing cool. The door has been unlocked. Huzzah! We can come in from this side now. No, stop! Who's closing these doors? There's invisible ghosts in this world. They just can't stand when doors are left open.
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
Back where I used to live, eh? That's probably... yeah, West End. Alright, so this is where I'm going to start seeing people. So if I'm... oh, okay. Sorry. I thought that was a vampire. Whoop! What do you think you do? Oh, I didn't touch the side. No problem. Ah. I got a good handle part from that. Sweet. Oh, that's amazing. I think that means I only need 5 more to go. Oh, form dazzled skull. Oh, no. Oh man, you. Stop. I'm gonna do this. Hold him. Heal up. Not sure why I chose not to attack there, considering I really should have. There we go. Do I believe in ghosts? Now you see, that's an interesting question, because of all the supernatural things out there, that is the one thing that I do find the more frightening, as it were. Now, whether or not that's just because it's a spirit thing that's not tangible that you can deal with, I think that's actually probably the main point. And I guess it depends on the form of ghosts, like poltergeists and so on, not so much. Actual spirits themselves, I think deep down it would be a yes. But not in the form that movies and books, horror books and so on, try to show them as. Oh. Hunt? Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I've been forgetting about my shield that I have. Ooh, that, oh god, that hurt. Oh man, I missed that. Okay, let's regenerate my stamina. Oh, he has one of those shield things too. Okay, we will regenerate a little bit. Oh goodness. Shit.
You're bleeding.
Yes, I am bleeding. Oh, I wasn't expecting him to be able to charge through the barrels. Holy shit. That was a rough fight. Oh man. Oh, I guess he was hunting these people. If I had died, he would have come in and killed them. Oh, why, hello there.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need help, sir?
I think I'm fine. But what happened to my jailer? Be careful. He's as vicious as he is strong.
You don't have to worry about him anymore. What
that explains why he was so tough.
I am
then.
Tadao Kimura. I was imprisoned by this lunatic for several days. I thought I was going to die here.
You're not going to die now, Mr. Kimura. If you hurry, you should be able to get home safely.
It seems that I owe you my life. You have all my gratitude, Dr. Reed, since it is the most precious thing I possess.
Goodbye, Mr. Kimura. Take care.
Aha! Success is mine. Pure blood! We know the expression. We heard it in the foul mouth of the heretics and the foreign barbarians. Used it sometimes ourselves. But do we really know what it means? A vampire born from an immortal belly. What a disgusting idea. How would such a creature find its place among the living? What would be its purpose? Ours is clear, gentlemen. Ascalon is here to protect the Empire and all its citizens. We are the protectors and shepherds, even when sometimes sacrifice a sheep for our sustenance. Whoever will be found guilty of succumbing to the desire of breeding immortal children, there we go, child shall be eradicated. But why? That doesn't make sense. Because it's not like, I mean, it's only a couple of weeks that's in gestation. And then it grows to an adult within a couple months. Unless there's something else about them that we haven't found out yet. Ooh, look at these big strapping men. Just waiting to kill me.
Stupid beast! It's a killer!
Get your killer! He killed my friend! Finish him off by ripping out his throat. You wanna try to kill him? Oh, jeez. There's an actual patrol going on up here.
Watch yourself.
Whoop! Whoop! Man, they're everywhere. I mean, it makes sense that they'd be running around in this district. Oh, I can't teleport up during combat. Fine. I'll just go in here. Oh, jeez, there's a bunch of them. Let's see. We'll use that on him. Do some damage. Finish off these stupid flailers.
He's dead. I hate leeches.
Oh, shit, it got on me. It got all over my face! Ah! Stake to the face. Oh, ooh, ow. Refill my blood. Finish him off. Running around up there. People think immortality is cool, but in reality it's the most brutal punishment. I want to live, but not forever, and watch my family die while I watch. See, that's the tough thing. Because, yeah, that's what's going to happen. You'll live several lifetimes, just like what Lady Ashbury that said she had done. And each time, unless you bless them with immortality yourself, you're going to watch them pass. Whether it be from sickness, old age, whatever. You're going to be remaining the same. Whereas you have to watch them slowly waste away, wither, and die. Which, is portrayed quite well in several different sources. Between whether it be elves and humans, like in Lord of the Rings, vampires, whatever.
Kill you!
Ah, shotgun to the face. Shotgun to your face. Damn, that's actually not hurting him much.
You're mine!
Oh fuck, I didn't think he'd charge that far. Oh wow. Let alone around the edge like that. Okay, we're going to do that. So we can do this. Oh shit! I don't have enough blood to heal myself. Whew. That was quite the fight. Alright. I'm low on blood. Another skull. Damn them. I hate attacks that drain blood. It pisses me off so much. Skewered through the— oh, fucking son of a bitch! Oops. I have to remember, things like to explode. Don't see anybody in the streets. West End. Status stable.
The Ascalon Club, the heart of British vampire society.
Not quite as subtle as I expected.
Die too in this war.
That's the one trying to
Women's right to vote is only the
drum
first
up
step.
stuff. However, inside here. All right.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed.
Ooh, look at that dapper suit.
Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
All right. And however, it is actually right here that I'm going to have to end the stream for tonight. So we are finally here at the Ascalon Club. We're going to find out a bit more about them and what they're looking for from me. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. Appreciate all your watching and chatting with me. It's been a lot of fun. We will catch you next time. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
Yes. Finally. Oh man. Now the pressure's really